How's it going, my fellow Homo sapiens? This is your boy Uzumaki, and today we're coming at you with a Naruto chapter review. Naruto 709. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. So this chapter opened up with everyone flying in first class and Sasuke Susanoo heading towards Sakura location. Man, it must be nice to be able to fly around in a Susanoo. So we have Sakura, we go to a panel where we have Sakura getting ready to face off against Shin. Shin using these blades as a arm, battling against Sakura. Sakura right now is not even a bitch. She's putting in work on Shin. So we have Sasuke coming in, busting into their lair, grabbing Shin with his Susanoo, and then using that Shine Rinnegan to basically undo him. Man, it was just brutal. Just wow. What you gonna do, Shin? What you gonna do against someone with a Shine Rinnegan and you and your little baby Shining guns? Come on now. So one thing I will say about the first half of this part is we have Savada basically looking at Sasuke and asking the question, what is his relationship with Sakura, her adopted mom, or this Sakura pair? Like, how do he really feel about her? And as he busts into the lair and he takes out Shin, he goes over there and he picks up Sakura and see how she's doing. And I think that when you really look at him, it seems like he's really in love. So much that it doesn't even seem like Sasuke himself. It just seemed like if you watch the first generation and just anything prior to Boruto, Sasuke was always a dick to Sakura. In this chapter, he's like really cares about her. He's picking her up. Maybe he has grown. Maybe he actually has feelings for her. Maybe he's really actually in love. They really seem like a couple. And I was like, wow, it kind of touched me in my heart a little bit. But at the same time, it's like, that's interesting. Because when we keep hearing Sasuke say something about Sakura, he always refers to Sakura as his wife. So this could be the real deal. This could be Sakura and Sasuke really is in love. And I thought that was actually really interesting. So we see Naruto basically saying, since Sasuke has his Sharingan back up at his power, that, you know, he's a force to be reckoned with. And we have Shin basically trying to be a little bitch and run away like he always do. He tried to use his little clones to cause a distraction so he can get his ass out of there. Because Naruto has just said he's taking them back to the Leaf Village and they're going to extract some information out of him. So he calls his Shins in, and one of his Shins betrays him and basically said, you know what, you're old genes. You know what I'm saying? Your Sharinegans are worn out. They're old. It's time for a new generation to take over. We don't need you anymore. And Shin brings all these clones in to go against Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto, Savada, and Cho-Chao. Now, I thought something was interesting that we've seen all these Shin clones. There's so many different Shin clones. We've seen some skinny ones. We've seen some fat ones. And someone was saying that maybe it was a imperfect clone. Kind of like how you ever seen Dragon Ball Z, where you have an imperfect fusion. You might be really skinny. You might be really fat. There's some alterations here. So I thought it was kind of interesting to see, like, you had these different type of Shins. Now, one thing I did like is how Naruto pop open that Shadow Clone Jutsu and goes in. And you see all these Shins just getting knocked out. You see this one huge Shin, like this big giant Shin comes out of the mountain out of nowhere like the Marshmallow Man. Sasuke comes in and lays it to him. Wow, man, oh man. That Shin dropped hard as a rock. So we have the father Shin. He's sitting there and he's like, you know what? I need to get out of here. He's trying to use time space to escape. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to grab a hostage. I'm going to take the girl, Savada. The little creature creeps up, starts to suck up Savada, and I'm like, oh man, please don't. And Savada turns around and just crushes this little Moskin. This broke it in half. I was like, oh my goodness, there's so much power with that one punch. I was like, oh man. And it was really interesting because, you know what? It's like she's just like her mom when it comes down to that brute force, that brute strength. The only thing I will say right now that she's not like her mom is being kidnapped. Because for a second there, I was like, you know what? Sakura's always getting kidnapped or something. Savada's about to get kidnapped. Oh, man. And I was just stunned. She did not get kidnapped. She just went in and just, And Shin was like, wow, you know, she killed it. So we have all these Shins still coming in. And we see one of these kunai knives go into Savada's back. And she uses her Sharingan, and it looked like Naruto, and everyone was stunned. But when you look at Sasuke's face, he's there smiling. Sabata teleports and then start breaking off the shins. And at that point, that was the ending of the manga. Man, what an action-packed manga. What some progression. Wow, Sabata is a badass. This chapter here was really all about Sabata, hands down. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sasuke's nice and all. He had his time. Naruto's nice. He had his time. Now we have Sabata. Matter of fact, they should have renamed this Naruto, this Boruto manga. It should have been Sabata manga, because she put in work. So how did I feel about the manga? Overall, I enjoyed the manga. The art was really, really good. We had a lot of action pack, and not just that, we had some progression. I'm going to give this manga a 9 out of 10. That is definitely a good rating. Not just that, I just recommend this manga. Not just that, I mean, before then, I looked at Sabata, I was like, you know what, she's a cool character. I like her, she's really interesting. But to actually see her today in the manga, it was just insane. She is just brutal. And I can't wait for this new Boruto movie, because when you look at people like Sabata and Boruto, they're so fucking hardcore. They're so fucking badass. And truthfully, when I look at Sabata, it seems like right now she is far beyond where Sasuke was at his age. I mean, I might be wrong here, but it seemed like Sasuke, he was just angry. He really didn't know how to use these abilities. He had a Sharingan, but it seemed like Sabata at this moment is just kicking ass. And it's just insane. This was a really, really good manga. So that's all I have for you today. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching. Matane.